So you have to pardon me. I'm sweating like a pig. I'm in the middle of the tropics and it's hot and cloudy today, but I'm sweating. Pardon me. So I have a testimony for you today. It's a testimony that even today thrills me, amazes me, unforgettable. I'll never forget it as long as I live. I'll never forget it till the day I die. And it tells me of the wonders of what God does for his children. God cares. For those of you that think God doesn't care, God is not real, God is not alive, I'm here to tell you that God is as alive as you see me and I see you. God is as alive as you can hear the sound of my voice. God is with us every moment, every step of the day. He has not left this planet, this world to rot. And those, the people that think that they are in charge and are in control of this world, they forget that there's someone who is overall in charge and overall in control of every step, every moment, everything that happens on this planet. So a couple of years ago, I was in Tennessee and I went house hunting, right? I found 2 small properties online and I went to go check it out. And when I got there, I drove quite some distance to get there. So coming back, it was a little bit late. And, coming back as far as on the road that we were driving on, there was a small lake right by the side of the road. It was beautiful, beautiful lake. And I got so mesmerized and so caught up in looking at the lake. And it was about maybe 5:30ish, 5:45 in the evening, right? I got so caught up that I didn't realize that we were just slowly and surely driving up through the mountains, and not realizing that we're going through to the mountains. And so how somehow my truck, the truck that I was driving in, stopped. It wouldn't go further and it wouldn't come back. And I got out to sea. I'm telling you, when I got out, I found out that we were sitting on a hill in the mountains of Tennessee in the middle of winter, about to be 6 o'clock at night. And I had 2 small toddlers. They were 3 at a time, and freezing cold. Looked at my phone, no service, none whatsoever. How? And my navigation system had just stopped working. How was I going to get home with 2 small children in the middle of nowhere and being lost and freezing at the same time? And so the first thing I did is pray. As a Christian, no matter what is going on in your life, and this is a lesson that I'm learning even today as I speak to you, and this happened 3 years ago, right? The first thing I did was pray. The second thing was I looked at the no service. I tried dialing 911, but when I dialed 911, it went through. Somebody picked up. And frantically, I told the lady, I'm lost in the middle of nowhere with 2 small children in the Tennessee mountains. Can you help me? In the middle of trying to tell her that, my phone decided to restart itself. Can you imagine? The enemy was doing everything he could to keep me there. And mind you, in the middle of winter at that time, who was going to come by or pass by to see us in this condition or in this predicament to help us, right? And so what I will encourage you, what I will say to you is, no matter where you are in the world, no matter what is going on in your life, you could be in the middle of nowhere. Remember, God is there. Remember, angels are with you there, right? And so when the phone restarted itself and came back, I dialed again. No service, nothing. It went through. I don't know. Don't ask me how. Only God could do that. Picked up again. I told the lady, I'm lost in the middle of nowhere. 2 small children. Can you help me? And she said, she's told me to send somebody. And I'm thinking, how are they going to find me in the Tennessee mountains in the middle of nowhere with no phone service, alone, in the dark? How are they going to find me? How are we going to survive this? Besides, obviously, knowing and trusting that God will do it. And so before we got stuck over there, my phone, the navigation system said we had about a mile to the main road. So I decided, okay, if it's a mile, then let me just get the kids out to see if we can at least walk to the side of the road to see if somebody will see us and give us some help. We didn't even get 30, 50 feet, and the kids just couldn't go any further. So we had to turn around and come back to the truck and sit there. So we sat there about maybe 30 minutes. Sorry, I'm sweating again. We sat there about 30 minutes, and lo and behold, up in the mountains way above, ahead of us, way above us, I seen like the siren lights coming down through the mountains, and I could not believe it. I was in shock. And finally they got to us. There were about 4 people, three men and 1 woman. They came down, and my truck was just stuck on the hill. It wouldn't go up or it wouldn't come down. And they got my truck and they got it all the way up the hill for me. They put us in the car. They took good care of us. Not only did they get me in my truck, but these guys, these kind people, they were angels. They were angels, because there was no way there was just no way for these people to find me. But they found me. They made sure that they followed me to a hotel to make sure that I checked in safely with my kids, that I was okay. They got us off that mountain in the middle of winter, that freezing time. And so this testimony is specifically for all Christians, but it's also for mostly Seventh-day Adventists. We know that we're about to go through a time of trouble, and I also know that there's a hard time or a time of trouble coming for every human being on the face of this earth, right? And so you have to know that no matter what happens, no matter what you're going through, that God is able. God will save you. God can save you. God can lead you. God can do the impossible beyond even your dreams or your imaginations. And so wherever you are, no matter what you're going through, remember that God is with you. No matter who you are, where you're from, man, woman, whatever. He is right there. He's with you right this second as you hear my voice. He's with you. His angels are right beside you. Talk to him. You don't need a middleman between you and God. You don't need a go-between between you and God. You get on your knees and you talk to him. He has ears. He can hear. He can hear you. He not only can he hear you, he can see you. God sees prayer. Seeing prayer meaning he looks at the intention, the intent of your prayer. Not only hearing what you're saying, but why are you praying? What is the motivation? What do you need? How can he help you? Right? And so never forget that at all times he's with you. That he is the very one that can help you in all situations. Don't put your trust. I'm not saying that don't use your resources that is out there. You can use it. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But never put your trust in anything but God. Because he's the only one who can. No matter where you are, be blessed. Thank you.